Yeah. All right. We're going to get started here this evening. Thank you for coming. Someone's talking about football. Preppers don't watch football. Are you crazy? So, anyway, just kidding there, fuzzy carpet. So, we're going to get started tonight with one time pad. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat room. Say, I can hear you and you look great. All right. I'm here. So, is there a game on right now? I'm on right now, Beth G. What are you, nuts? Yo, can hear you. Okay. I haven't decided. Okay. Hmm. Let us get this show on the road. I have like no announcements, which is great. I'm just going to go right into the presentation here. This is okay. Hear you, don't see you. Yep, I'm hiding. I am right here. I'm here. I didn't think you guys need to see me. I'll leave me right there. Time you'll never get back. Isn't that the truth, Tom? Okay, let's get this thing started here. So, a one-time pad. We're going to talk about one-time pad, but first, you got to pretend with me. It is June 2021, and we meet in a dark alley, and I give you a piece of paper 3.5 years ago. And I give you this piece of paper, and I say, "Be gone, go on your own way." I give you this one piece of paper. It's called an OTP key. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. You stick it in your pocket, you go home. A year goes by, 2 years go by, 3 years go by, and then all of a sudden you see this code. You're like, what is this code? What in the world is this code? Matter of fact, I am so confident that this code is uncrackable. I put it in the newspaper, I put it on TV, I put it everywhere. And you finally go, wait a second. I might know what that code is. Then you go back to the piece of paper and you go, oh my gosh, that code is for me. And then you have a private secret message that only you, no one else in the world can read. Not even the NSA. And that is what a one time pad is. It really is. So, a one time pad is an encryption technique that cannot be cracked, but requires the use of a one time pre shared key. I gave you the key 3.5 years ago. As long as you don't share that with anyone, as long as I don't share that with anyone, it is impossible to crack that. I went into the Spy Museum this past summer and saw the one time pad. I saw some of these actual pads I'm getting ready to show you guys. So, in this technique, a plain text is paired with random secret key, also referred to as a, oh, BG lost it. Great. Now, I told her all my secret passwords, and now she doesn't have it. So, this is a method also. Imagine Russian spies that we have over Russia, and they want to get messages back. Or in the Cold War, where Russia is getting and Cuba is getting messages in America. And they're so brazen about it because they know it can't be cracked. It's crazy. Or in Germany, Nazi Germany, when they were sending messages back and forth, they would use a one-time pad. So this dude here in 1882 came up with a one-time pad. And the reason he came up with it was to keep the bank records, because he was at a bank, and he came up with almost 90% of what a one-time pad is today. And so he wasn't a nobody. He was on a trustee. He was a trustee at Stanford. He's a smart guy, and he was at National Bank. I don't think they're in business anymore, but that was in Frank Miller was 1882. That's how long ago this was developed. And then a dude, Gilbert, in 1917, kind of reinvented it. They don't know if he actually kind of created this himself or he got wind of that, what Miller did, but he literally patented the one-time pad and he kind of refined it. And it's been used in every, I mean, all the big wars. Now, in the latest wars, I don't know if they still use it, but they could because it works. But so this is what this is the thing you share with the spy right here. See that? I mean, it's tiny. I mean, so it's not, I mean, there's a lot of numbers on that page. Here's some more that East German intelligence agents used to use. And it's the same kind of thing. If you look at the numbers, see all the numbers on there? Little pads with numbers on it. And this is what literally secret agents, spy people would carry with them or they hid so they could translate the message. These are called one-time pad keys. Here's one that's more into a book. And so there's many different there. So as you use it, these are actually letters, which is interesting, even more interesting. As you use it, it's one time means you use it one time and get rid of it. You discard it. If you don't discard it, your message could become compromised. So here's some from here's a CIA agent had one of these, and somehow the KGB found it. So Americans, we were using that as well. Just numbers, just random numbers. We're going to talk about that. Here's some more. You can see that they're just numbers on the page, but this is the actual key. We'll go over that. So one-time pad is really unbreakable. Yes, it is. One-time pad is absolutely secure. And the only way it can be secure is if the numbers on the pad, did you see all these numbers? They're totally random. And I mean totally random, meaning each number was put together randomly. And so they say, now not me, they say that a computer can't even do random numbers. So if you do a computer program to create random numbers, it's not going to be random. Even a human being, we have patterns and we have numbers that we like more than other numbers. We can't come up with true random numbers, which is kind of crazy. But I'll tell you how I use it, a computer's pretty dang random, okay? And at the time that we're going to be using it, no one's going to have a computer to crack what we're doing. So I have got some downloadables for you guys, and I'll share with that in a little bit. But yes, so a lot of people will literally take a 10-sided dice, and roll it. And they will keep rolling it until they fill out these pieces of paper. I kid you not. That is truly random. That's why the dice there. So yes, it's fully unbreakable. And yes, it has to be fully random. And again, humans supposedly can't be random, nor computers. So here's another one from the East German police during the Cold War. This is kind of like, this is the key. This is the device that everyone has. You can give this piece of paper to everyone in the world, and they still can't use it. They still can't crack it. But everyone goes, this helps you with the, putting your words into plain text. So during even today, there are radio stations. I kid you not. There are probably secret agents in America today. And Cuba has these radio stations that broadcast these numbers. I kid you not. Let's go back. See these numbers here? Today, they still have, they'll broadcast these numbers through shortwave radio. So if you're in America, you can tune into these stations and you can hear someone reading numbers, and there's secret messages. And so I'm going to play one. It's called a number station. I'm going to play one for you. And you'll hear like a nursery rhyme. You're like, what the heck is this? Then you'll hear a voice call out an agent's number. They're like in your face. Here's the agent that this message is going to. We don't know the agent, but it will say the agent's number like maybe 4 or 5 times. Then it will have some tones, meaning the message is getting ready to start. Then they will read these numbers. They'll read the 5-digit number twice. Then they'll go to the next 5-digit number. They'll read that twice. I'm not going to play the entire sound, but I hope you guys can hear this. This is still going on today. This is how amazing this code is. So here we go. That's the agent's name or agent's number. Now some tones. Now the message. That is an actual number station sending a message to broadcast in America to spies. As you can tell, it was scratchy. That was a shortwave radio that someone recorded coming from Cuba. And again, today they still have that going on. And we just can't crack the code, but they've done some things that we can crack. It was pretty cool. Like they would send a lot of fake messages, and we could actually determine when the fake messages were going on and when real messages were going on. And we determined that by the spies when they were home and not home. We kind of had an idea. And all of a sudden, and so with some of the thing, it was there's some pretty cool history on that if y'all want to read that. So the message should not exceed 250 digits, because if you look, there's only like 250 numbers. So, and so 250 digits. If it's a longer message, you do 2 messages. Okay. So let's keep going here. So before you can calculate the ciphertext, we must convert the text, your message, into what they call plain text. And you use this chart here to do that. This chart is known. Everyone has this chart. It doesn't matter that everyone has the chart. So this chart is actually the same chart if you look, and there's 2 of them. So if you look on the left, code or A is 1. Look on the right. A is 1. E, I, N, O, T is 1 through 6. 1 through 6. And then the second line is B. It goes to M. And you can see the column there goes B to M. So this is something you can actually memorize. And so you just go 0, 1 to 6, and then 70 to 79, 80 to 89, and then 90 to 99. So that will be easy to remember. So you don't have to carry this around with you. And even if you don't remember all the dang 94, 95 and stuff, you can kind of figure it out. I mean, you could. That's only a few things to remember. But this is what you give. Everyone has this. Everyone can download this. There's no secret to this, and it doesn't matter still. So that's called the plain text key. Share this with everyone, your family, your group. So as you're going to create a message, they got to have this or know that, memorize this. Okay. So then you get a one-time pad key. And here's the numbers. And they're in groups of 5. They're totally random. They mean absolutely nothing. So if this was a true one, someone literally rolled the dice and this is what came up. Okay. And so we're going to use one. Now, let me show you. Let me go here to here. So here are some small ones. There's a bunch of them here. I'll show you. Well, I can't show you that way. Let me fan them. So that you can see there's a bunch of them. They have little keys. They have numbers. There's probably about 20 here. You probably can't see that there's 20. But that's all these things here are. Then we have the key. Here's the key. Everyone has that. This one's laminated for classroom purposes. You can also just do the small one here, like they had the small one on there as well. These are laminated, and you don't have to laminate. Matter of fact, just you memorize this. Over time, you'll memorize everything on this, and it's easy to memorize. Trust me, it is. So imagine here's the plain keys. I never share these ever except to one person. So if I'm going to send a message, so if me and you're going to send messages back and forth, I have 2 copies of these. I have one for me and I give you for one. These things you keep. You guard your life with these things. You hide them. And these are going to come in handy. And this is what you absolutely need. And without that, no one will be able to translate what you have. So let me come back down here. So in this little key, the first 5 digits is called the key ID. Even though they're random, if you look at all these ones that I was showing you here, the first 5 digits are always different. But they have a first 5 digits. So every single one of them has the first 5 digits. That is the key. So when you send me a message, these are going to be the first 5 digits. And I'm going, oh, he's using key ID 68496. And so what I do is I go find that and go, oh, here's the one that I need to use for this particular message. Really easy. Okay. So let me make me small again. So destroy after use. Totally destroy. Set it on fire, eat it. Just don't just throw it in the trash can, because if someone gets this, they can decode what you're sending. So we're going to send this message here. I didn't come up with this message because I would have done a different message, but it was just simple to do. And the handout that you can download, this message is in there. Okay. That's where I got it from. I wanted to use the same thing. So we used the code, the key up there, the plain text key. So you can memorize this again, or you can print it out. Okay. It's so easy. So we're going to use meeting at 14 p.m. See, to me, 14 and p.m. being military, I didn't need p.m. I knew that was p.m. Anyway, I'm using their message. Meeting at 14 p.m. in NY. You don't know what NY is. We may think that's New York, but it might be something else. So meeting at 14 p.m. in NY. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move me to here. There we go. We're going to take M and we're going to go up here to M. And you see M is number 79. Everybody sees that? Raise your hands if you see it. Yep. Everybody got their hand raised. Then E and then E, so it would be 79, 2, 2, T would be STT is 6. So let me start filling some of these in for you. There we go. So it's 79, 2, 2, 6, 3, 4, 74. 74 is G. So we've done that word. We've taken the word we want to send, the message, and now we're using a plain text to create the number system with it here. But now we have a space. What do we do for space? See the 99 right there? The 99, so we're going to use the space, and then I'm going to do A and T, where A is 1, T is 6. So we do 99, A, 6, 99, because there's another space. So what do we do in numbers? Numbers are on here. So how do we do numbers? We do numbers by 3 numbers in a row, and trust me, they still, it'll blow your mind. They still won't be able to get the numbers. So we're going to do, for the numbers, we're going to do 111, 444. Then we're going to do 99 again for a space. Okay. See, 111, 444. Do a space 99, PM, and then 99 again for the space. So we're just copying this. This is easy, guys. Easy. And then we'll fill out the rest. And the period is a 91. That's the end of the sentence. A lot of people will put another 91 at the end to go, hey, that's in the message. And we will actually do that in our message. So what we've done is we've taken our words and created using the plain text key, and we created our code. So there is the code. You can see how in the top thing, it's kind of spread out there. I put it in groups of 5. As you can see, it's the same exact numbers. I added 91 at the end to say over. That means over and out. That's done. And all I've done is taken our text and put it in 5 into 5 numbers. Okay, that's all I've done. Easy peasy. Now we're going to go back to the document I gave you. I gave you this 3.5 years ago, and you have this document. You're like, oh, let me get this document out. You get it. And I may have given you 50 of them. And you look for the key ID, the 68496. Well, I'm actually creating it. Sorry, I'm actually creating it. So we're going to take that. I need to tell you which one I'm using. So I'm going to take the 68496 and I'm going to put it at the beginning of my plain text. So I'm going to take the key ID and put it in the beginning, and you'll see it right there. So I took the ID of that piece of paper, and it says KYID, and now it's in the beginning, it's in the front. Y'all see that? So then I'm going to copy all the numbers from this piece of document here. Let me go back one. So all these numbers, I'm not sure if y'all can see my mouse or not, but all these numbers up here, I'm going to copy them down in order, going across, okay? And when you do that, you'll copy the letters, the numbers down right below there in groups of 5. So we're taking our key, but the first 5 we don't want to use. We want to set them out front. Then we just literally copy the rest of them down. Hope you guys are following me here. Then we're going to subtract. We're going to subtract the orange, which is our message, plain text message. We're going to subtract the one-time pad key from the orange numbers. So the first one, that we don't do anything to the key ID. You just bring that on down. That number never changes because we have to tell people what key we're using. Okay. So let's start with 79226. We're going to subtract the numbers down below. You do it one column at a time. And if the top number is larger, smaller than the bottom number, you add a 10 in a sense to the top number. So we're going to go through here with you. 7 minus 4 is 3. Y'all see the 3 there? And then you go 9 minus 7 is 2. 2 minus 7, oh, that's kind of hard to do. So what we do, we make that a 12 minus 7 is 5. The next number is 2 minus 5. So again, 12 minus 5 is 7. 6 minus 7, you can't do that. So let's do, you add a 1. 16 minus 7 is 9. You go through that entire thing, and it's that simple. You don't carry anything. You just, the next number is 3 minus 1 is 2. 4 minus 0 is 4. 7 minus 1 is 6. 4 minus 2, you just keep going. Again, if the red row, which is our key, is bigger than the orange row, then you just add a 1 to the top number. So you go all the way through that, and you see the green. That is our ciphertext. That is the key that no one in the world can crack, just having that key. So that's the same one that we did the math. We created the green, which is kind of our ciphertext. That ciphertext is absolutely, that is what you share. So the first 5 numbers identifies what key someone used to create that. So what happened here is we're totally using random numbers in the red. And the only random numbers that list is ever random, the same as the other sheet of paper that I gave you 3.5 years ago. There's no way a computer can come up with the random numbers to figure all this out. It's impossible. So now we have this text. What do I do with this ciphertext? I could broadcast it on ABC News. I could put it in the newspaper. I could put it in an ad as different phone numbers and addresses in the newspaper. I could broadcast it on shortwave radio. I could do a dead drop. I could write it in chalk on the side of a building. It doesn't matter who sees this. They cannot decipher it. So now you get this key and you're like, what did he say? Oh my gosh, this is life and death. This is cool. I need to figure out what he sent me as a message. So you go back in your papers and go, oh, here's the one that matches to the ciphertext. He used this one-time pad key because the numbers of the very first numbers line up. No one else is going to have it. But what it does, it helps you. You've got 50 of these, and you needed to know which random list numbers you needed to use. We're going to use the 68496. 68496. That's the piece of paper we're going to use. So what you do is you take that and all the numbers listed there, and you write them down. 47757, 10126. You just write them down there in groups of 5. And you keep doing that until you got the entire, all the way across the page. And what we're going to do this time, the first time we did subtraction. This time we're going to do just the opposite and add. We're going to add 4 and 3, 9. 7 plus 2, 9. 7 Okay, 7 plus 5 is what? 12. Disregard the 1, put the 2. 9 plus 7 is what? 16. Disregard the 1. And you go all the way through there. And now we've taken our ciphertext, the secret message. We used the key on your end, and we came back to plain text. Now we take that plain text, the orange there, the plain text. We go back to our key that we've memorized or we have printed off that everyone in the world has, and we go back through there and we convert them, the numbers back now to a message. That is, now once this message is done, I sent this message, so I tore this thing up and then burned it. Now, once you know what that is, you're going to take this piece of paper, this piece of paper here, and you're going to eat it because it doesn't taste, or you can set it on fire. Don't flush the toilet. Maybe it might degrade, maybe not. And now I completely sent you a private, 100% not breakable code. And all we need are these little pieces of paper. And in the beginning here, you can see how now, when the Russians, they would get these little pads, the spies, and they would have these things right there. They would have these, and they would carry them. And so, but the person that made one had to make the other. They have to be identical. And once you use one, you get rid of it. So that is more or less how one-time pad works. If you can do that, I mean, that's it. There's more, though. Amron's created this little cool device. It's $279. It can create these little keys for you, which is very interesting. I was going to borrow one, but it rained all day yesterday, and I didn't want to go get. Henry said I could borrow it, but I didn't go get it because I was just too lazy. So, but these machines are $279. If you'd like to buy one for me, I would love that. I told Beth I should buy one, but I just can't. Who wants to? I mean, it's kind of very. It's a one-purpose tool, isn't it? So here you can also check this out. We're going to do this. So here you can also have code. This is called a code book. This is a you could do this to save in your words. So you could actually create your own codes here and assign a number to it. And we're going to do that right now. I'm going to show you. So we're going to take 604 064 82569. That stands for 64. See, it says photograph. Let's go to 604 right there in the middle of the screen says photograph. Then 064. 064 down on the left side, up near the top says airplane. You don't have to go through them all. Tomorrow night. So if you count the letters there, it's like 36 letters there. Or you can just transmit 12 letters. So you don't have to put in, all this kind of stuff. You can make these code sheets, and it's so much easier and get the same information in shorter amount so you see how that works? So now you could do the code. I mean, you could do the number there instead of actual the entire word of photograph. You could do 604. It's kind of like CB. What's your 10-4? Well, everybody knows what 10-4 means. So you would learn these. You would create your own number scheme like this for you and your family and your group. Don't use these, or at least randomize them. That way no one knows what they are. So that's how you can make this quicker and shorter. So here's the thing, though. You got to do this now. And I have tools for you to do this now. But you got to do this now. You got to give the key to the people, in your group, to your family members. You got to give the keys, these little sheets of paper, now. You got to hand these out now. They got to have these, because it's going to stink when you try to send a message and and they don't have these. It's just not going to work so well. And so, like I said, there's like 30 here, 25 or 30. I can't just fan them out. They just won't fan. But there's a bunch of them here. Each of them has a key number at the top, right there. That's the first 5 letters. You can create your own card. There's a name for that. I forgot what they're called. I forgot what they are. But you need to do that now. So let's see what else we got here in the slides. Okay, yeah. You got to do this now. You got to send this to your family members, your mag group, PrepperNet. We're going to start using some of this. The only thing is you can't do this on the radio right now because the government's so crazy that we might send messages that are secret, which is nuts. But we can do this through Signal. We can do this on our website, and we'll be posting some in the website. So I'm taking the last 4 classes, and I'm creating a workshop. Everyone has access to the workshop, and it's called Spy Tech Workshop. It goes through it'll have all the videos that we've done this month on there. In there, I have some downloads. I have a download. One of the downloads is, again, I'm not trying to hide from the NSA or government. I'm just trying to hide from hoodlums, okay? So when we send a message, when we use this, there's not going to be computers that will have the computing power to really decode my message. It's probably going to be in a grid down. And if the government really uses their computers, if they have them up to decode that is going to, we're in trouble if they're going to use their computing powers to try to decode, or because I used a computer generated number. So what I have is a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, that each one of the numbers, every single number on here will be randomly generated in an Excel spread file. So there's one cell, but each number in that cell, all 5 are randomly generated. And it is not NSA proof, but I can tell you that there are very few people in the world would be able to crack that now, much less if there's a grid down. So these were created in an Excel spreadsheet, and it's so easy that way a few hardcore people, have at it. I don't care. You can slam me all you want. So I have these. I created these just for us. And I'm going to post these on PrepperNet, and I'll send messages, and you guys will figure it out and interpret them. But the spreadsheet, I use it for our group. And again, we're not going to use it until grid's down and no one's going to have computing power to decrypt them. But we had them within our groups, and what we did is I had to print many copies of this off, because the spreadsheet works like this. And you'll notice every time you open the spreadsheet, it creates random numbers. You open it again, random numbers. You close it, open it again, random numbers. So when you open it, try it a couple of times and you'll see, when you open it, you have to print that off however many times you want it printed off. And we screwed up many times. We're like, okay, we only need 10 of these. Let's just we'll print 10 sheets. We'll cut them up. We'll have 10 people with all these little codes. And then we're like, oh, no, we need 15 of these. Well, you could make copies. But again, copy machines, a lot of copy machines keep a copy. So, but that's how we did it. And we then took them out, gave them to everyone, cut them up, and we put them in little baggies. And if I send a message and they see a message, they're going to go, okay, let me see if here's the card, 11228. They know now what card to use to de-encrypt my message. So in the premium section there, under workshop, again, a spy, And under SPY, there's 4 sections for the 4 different things that we videos I've done this month. And we will I'll post some of these key cards in there, so you have to find the right card, and I'll post messages. And matter of fact, I'll post a bunch of cards, and you guys could create messages as well. And let's practice this, especially memorizing that key. Once you memorize it, you kind of get a good idea that you go 0 to 6, and then 70 to 79, 80 to 89, and 90 to 99. I mean, that's it. And you got it. That's all. You get that in your head, and numbers are triples. So with that said, so yes, in the SPY Tech workshop. So that is it. It's that simple. This is the shortest video I've ever done in my life. I'm going to see Beth in the chat room going, yay, because she likes short, she likes free, and she never likes to create any conflict whatsoever. So Beth's going to be happy about that. People will be in bed by their slotted bedtime. So if y'all have questions, you can go ahead and put it in the chat room, and I'm sure there's some other experts in there watching it and listening. So tonight, I'm going to put several of these. I'm going to just probably screenshot them. That way, woohoo, yeah, she's all excited. I'm going to put like maybe 10 in there, and then we can all kind of create messages. It's in the workshop now. It's not going to be in the premium member section. The premium members, if you're a premium member, you have access to the workshop. If you don't, let me know. Laughing, ha, yeah. So, but I have these for teaching purposes. I have these laminated. So these are the same one. So there's 4 or 5 PDFs you can download in there. I have to rewatch this. Yeah. There's 4 or 5 PDFs that I've got in there already. I will post this video as soon as it's done. I'll post, meaning it's going to take some time for it to what do you call it on Amazon? Just it'd take me about 30 minutes to download the video. Also, I think I put a video of another gentleman that kind of goes through this, because there's different variations to this, and I didn't want to get into them because you don't need them on preppernet.net. Yes. You don't really, just use the basics. So SPY, sometimes if you notice, they had a long text of numbers, and what they would do is, it's a long story. I don't want to get into it because it's confusing, and it screwed them up a lot too. So you don't want to do something that's going to screw people up a lot. But it's going. So there, I think there's. Let me just go real quick, and I can tell you. I tell you what. Let me show you where they are. That is probably the better thing. That way you can absolutely see, and I got it right here. Okay. Hey, look, it's me. I'm going to show you exactly where they are as it's coming up. Okay. Share screen again. Share windows. Boom. Okay, here we are. So as you can see here, if you scroll down the left-hand side here, first I want to show you I can't show you. Why can't I show you here? I can't show you because I'm using an account that is not a premium member. Interesting. Okay. Well, I can't show you, but it's over there on the workshops. It's over there. It's called workshops. It's under the workshop. I can't show you because I'm using a different account. Sorry. I'm using, see, I don't usually use Chrome. The only time I use Chrome is to broadcast because StreamYard likes Chrome better than any other software. And so I do use Chrome for that. So that's why I use, I mean, other than that, I never use Chrome. Anyway, I think I stopped sharing. Let me close that. So guys, that's it. That is the presentation for this evening. Again, it all is mean in plain text. What does fig and where do you see that fuzzy carpet? Oh, I see what you're talking about there. You know, that's a good question. I don't know. Ugly shirt force. Thank you, Pistol Pete. Didn't we just beat State? Yeah, we did a couple weeks ago. Pistol Pete lives in Raleigh. That means he's probably an NC State fan. So, in the plain text key, you know what? I don't know. I've never used them. Required. I mean, REQ stands for required, and FIG stands for figure. I'm sure. So, other than that, I'm sure it's in the document that is posted there. I've never used it. The document's already posted, and I'll post this video here in just a few minutes. If y'all need to watch it, go Wolfpack. Are you kidding me, Beth? What the heck is going on here? I mean, look at that. Y'all, neither one of you even went to that school. So with that said, I'm going to end this. This is under 1 hour, and Beth is tickled to death. So I don't know what I'm going to do in February yet, guys. I know we got, I just don't know. I'm doing so much stuff. It's crazy. So it'll be announced, to be announced. I think it's on self-sufficiency. Preppernet. I went to NC. No, you did not, Beth. You lie. She lies. She lies. You have to be smart to go to NC State. Both you guys went to State? Really? That's surprising. Okay. I guess I believe you guys. That's sad. And look at you now. I'm just kidding. Okay, guys. I'm done. I don't want to beat a dead horse like I always do. Dude, I got a master's degree. Dude, it's like getting a master's degree in high school. I mean, woo. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm gonna end this before Beth comes back to me again. And oh, she's wearing a red shirt in the wall behind me. Yes, she is. So I went to MIT. Yep. I went to Hard Knocks. Guys, thank you. It's going to be posted, and this is for 2 weeks. Good night, all. Good night. See you guys.